Hey, welcome to today's tech tip. It's all about getting long life out of your engine. Now, we know today's engines, gas, diesel, they run hard. Man, the power density's through the roof, the pressures and the loads, all awesome, except that can put a hammer on your oil, right? So it's hydrocarbons that make up your oil, and a little bit of temperature, pressure, and heat start to break the hydrogen off, and you're left with carbon. That carbon makes varnishes, sludge, coking, and that can start really messing up different components in your engine. Now, for example, right, you can get carbon buildup from the oil basically burning off in your rings. You can get stuck rings, lose efficiency, lose horsepower. Here's a great example. This is out of a diesel, right? This is a 6-liter Power Stroke. So this is the injector, and we normally think of injectors as maybe just fuel and a solenoid to control it. But these are the HUE injectors. So there's a whole oil end of things, right? High pressure oil comes in. There's a little bit of a spool valve that controls oil pushing on this piston, creates pressure to drive the fuel into the engine. Here's a little cutaway of that same injector, right? So here's the oil coming in. We've got a spool valve that controls it. We push on this plunger. We build up a ton of pressure. We lift the pintle here and the fuel comes out. Well, these are a big problem because you get a little bit of coking and you get varnish in there from all that heat. These are buried in the cylinder head. Well, what happens? Again, you start having idle and drivability and all kinds of other concerns, and that can be a big dollar fix. Well, let me show you a 2-step process for really cleaning, restoring, and protecting your engine. Your first easy step from Hot Shot Secret, adding Stiction Eliminator at your next oil change. That's really going to go in and break down those sticky varnishes and coking, really free things up and starting to reduce friction and making those components work again. Now, after your first oil change, your next 2 oil changes, add FR3 Friction Reducer. Now, this is great because it's got carbon nano lubricants in it. It's going to go into these components. So if we think about this piston riding along the wall there, these surfaces, no matter how smooth they look, are actually very rough when you look at them under a microscope. And so these peaks end up hitting the peaks of the next component, and that's where you get your wear. That's where you get metal transfer, wearing, and scuffing. But with these nanoparticles, they actually go in and create and bond to the metals a film, a nice coating, so you get a smoother ride. So this combination is a great way to restore function, clean your engine, and add protection that you need. So check them out: Hot Shot Secret, Stiction Eliminator, and FR3 Friction Reducer.
This tech tip is brought to you by Hot Shots Secret, powered by science.